My understanding is when you first came back, when you started selling, did you go straight to wholesale? Was that the plan? Or how did you sell your first, let's say, $100,000 worth of stuff?
Yeah, so the first 100, it was straight wholesale. Yeah, I mean, I tried some other businesses earlier. At one point, I was selling jewelry from Africa when I was really young. But with the Pokoloko textiles from South America, the first 100,000 was just driving in my trailer, in my station wagon, and packed full of the blankets I was keeping in my closet and like my storage room, and just walking in, cold calling, cold going in. And in the beginning, we were doing it all on consignment because we really didn't know any better. And we were like just giving people product and waiting for them to pay us for it. And that wasn't sustainable, but that was how it started in the beginning. And yeah, that's how it got going.
That's awesome. And then, so 2016, you kind of started to go serious with it, grew on the whole side. How long did you focus primarily on wholesale before my relationship with you kind of developed around the transition onto D2C and online? Yeah. How long were you running just pretty much all wholesale? And what was the catalyst to transitioning over to selling online as well?
Yeah, so we were like 98% wholesale from 2016 up until 2020, up until COVID really struck in. I'd always had the intention of building out the direct-to-consumer side and our website, but I think like a classic mistake that small business people make is thinking they can do everything and expecting that they'll have the time like on the weekend or late at night or next week, next month to finally get that business, that site together and finally do all those things that you have to do. So really the catalyst was COVID, where we'd been growing our wholesale like anywhere from 50 to 80% a year for 4 years and really putting everything into that. And it's a tough business, and the business model works. Like it's kind of an old school model, like put out a catalog, curate it twice a year, have new products, launch a bunch of products, have sales reps, have relationships with your customers who are independent stores. But then when COVID hit, we had all this product coming on ships in sea, waiting for spring to ship, and the whole world shut down. And we were extended on our credit, and all our orders were being canceled. And we were like, we have to do something else. And then we had a month off, so we just worked on the website for a month. And then that's when I signed up for the coalition. I had first launched our Shopify store in early 2018, but never really had the bandwidth to really do what needed and what it required for it to be a real business. But yeah, that's when I joined the coalition, was after COVID, and we just focused on the website. And then coming out of the rebuilding, really rebuilding the company and restructuring, rebuilding the company and restructuring, and having a marketing team for the first time, and eCommerce.
That's awesome. And I definitely want to go in and dive into like what has worked for you and some of the changes. But from a mindset perspective, what's been the biggest difference from running wholesale versus online direct to consumer? What are some of the things that you've learned as you've gone through this transition?
That's a good question. I mean, it's a lot of the same lessons, but it's different with the B2C. I mean, the biggest thing is still for me customer service. It's making sure that like your relationships and the connections are strong, and then if anyone's got a complaint, you address it. You acknowledge, you get to the bottom, and you give them the most truthful, best answer that you can, and try and keep your relationship with your customer as strong as you can.